Sveiki, my name is Latvian Dragon, and today I'm going to explain the Shadow the Hedgehog Iceberg. So, for those who don't know, Shadow the Hedgehog is a 2005 platformer game developed by Sega Studios USA and published by Sega. It's a spin-off from the Sonic the Hedgehog series and is considered one of the more edgier entries. This iceberg was made by my friend Joey the Slime Boy on 19th of January 2021. He also helped me with this video, so please subscribe to me on YouTube, link in the description. Anyway, you all probably have seen one of these types of videos before, so I don't really have to explain how an iceberg works. So, let's dive in. The Lost T-rated version. The game was originally going to be rated T for teen, however Sega decides to make it E10 Plus instead. This didn't stop things like real-world guns making into the game. All that has been released of this T-rated version is trailers from E3. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? This is the most infamous line from the game, and it appears in the cutscene before the Circus Park stage.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
True ending. The true ending continues from the good ending, with Shadow having defeated Black Doom with help from Sonic and ready to save the Earth. But Black Doom steals the Chaos Emeralds and infects everyone with neurological gas, paralyzing them. Black Doom then tells Shadow that it was made to gather the Chaos Emeralds for the Black Arms and help destroy the world. Then the Chaotix play a message from Shadow's creator saying that Shadow was made to save humanity, not destroy it. We will get back to that. You have 8 minutes to beat the level and reach the Black Doom in order to save your friends. After you face off against Black Doom's true form, Devil Doom, as Super Shadow, you kill him, thus saving the world. Use of guns. Shadow's main weapons are the various guns that he can get from Gun, the Black Arms, or Eggman's robots. Fun fact, the original concept of the game had Sonic using guns instead of Shadow, but that would have pissed off more people. Hero or Villain. Hero or Villain is the tagline of the game, meant to tell you have the choice to make Shadow either good or evil. Multiple paths. Depending on what levels you play, there are a total of 326 possible paths you can take, with there being 9 possible endings. Sequel to Sonic Heroes. This game answers several questions from that game, such as what happened to all the Shadow androids. Oh, the edge! It's one of the bigger criticisms of the game. But you can't spell hedgehog without the edge. Okay, let's move on. Shadow repents for his sins. This is based on many possible paths, having Shadow start doing good missions and trying to get a good ending instead of an evil one. This is most shown in the 2 moderate good endings. Shadow is an android/clone. This is something canon to only certain paths, where Dr. Eggman reveals that Shadow is, indeed, an android. Omochao Gun, a weapon you unlock for beating one of the moderate evil paths based on the character Omochao. Multiplayer. Yeah, this game has multiplayer. It's a co-op where you and a friend can play through the levels with your friend taking control of the other character in the hero missions. Or Battle Royale between Shadow or Yellow Shadow and 4 different types of metallic shadows. TMNT reference. There's probably unintentional reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the multiplayer mode. The red shadow could be Raphael, the orange android could be Michelangelo, and the blue android could be Leonardo. The green android could be Leatherhead, and however there isn't a purple android, only the pink one, which isn't Donatello's color, but it could be
Kirby the Fifth Turtle!
Mike Pollock's second Sonic game. Mike Pollock is a voice actor who's been in many anime dubs like Berserk 97 at the Dawn and most recently as Kudo in Great Pretender. But he's also known for being Dr. Eggman, starring from Sonic X, with his first game being Sonic Rush, which was released the same year as Shadow the Hedgehog, making it his second game as the lovable Doctor. The president looks like Ronald Reagan. You can see some of the similarities. Maybe it was intentional. I have no idea what the fuck is that about. The Chaotix and Amy barely show up. Each member of the Chaotix, along with Amy Rose, only have 1 level, while other characters in the game, apart from Cream, have at least 2, though they do have cameos in the true ending. Black Doom is a prototype for Mephiles. Mephiles is the main villain of Sonic 06, who shares several similarities with Black Doom. The YouTuber Lord Denny did an excellent video which goes much more in depth. Shadow loves Amy and Miracle of Love. These two are closely connected, so they should be talked about together. Miracle Love is a path to take in the game where you do the evil route for the first 2 levels, then good for the rest of the game. This may be due to Shadow loving Amy, since the level you do the good mission on is the only one with her, though there might be darker implications worth going into down the iceberg. Considering the name of the path, it can be assumed that Shadow has the hots for her. Avengers 1 ripped off Shadow the Hedgehog. Think about it. Avengers has a portal open over New York that aliens come out of. What does Shadow start with? A portal opening over with stopless with aliens coming out of it. Well, it might be just coincidence. Shadow did come out 7 years before the first Avengers film, so it's possible that the movie ripped it off. Shadow is 10 times stronger than Sonic. This is based on one simple fact. When Sonic gets hit, he loses all of his rings. When Shadow gets hit, he only loses up to 10 rings max. That fact, combined with Shadow having much more power with the Chaos Emerald, means Shadow is at least 10 times more durable than Sonic. Shadow's suicide. It is heavily implied that one of the endings of the game that after teaming up with Vector to beat Black Doom, Shadow decides to kill himself to keep his powers from falling to the wrong hands. 000_window item. A leftover sprite of an early unused icons found in the PS2 version of the game, which was also seen in an early trailer. Eggman is at his strongest. This is believed that Eggman is at his strongest and most competent in this game, only ever slipping up in some boss battles, those only being a minor setback for him, as well as him benefiting if he chooses to do his missions in the levels that he appears in. Translation errors. There are very few occurrences of translation errors in the game, with only one major being in the cutscene before the 6th level in True Hero. AD_HT000. It's an early logo for the game found in the GameCube's files, which was also revealed as early promotional images. Shadow kills Eggman. In at least 3 of the endings, Shadow kills Eggman directly, with being assumed he died in another one, though by Black Arm's hand rather than Shadow's. Rouge loves Shadow. Rouge the Bat appears in the same number of levels as Knuckles and Eggman, and she acts quite flirtatious around him, but it's more speculation if anything. The Gun Commander's backstory. The backstory of the Gun Commander is that he was a kid on the Ark and close friends with Maria, who was killed by Gun. He also witnessed the creation of Shadow without hearing what was said and blamed Shadow for Maria's death. He would later join and become the leader of the same organization that killed his friend all those years ago.
Ironic.
Shadow loves nature. This implied with lines like,
In this blue sky, staring at it from afar. Have I seen it before?
and how he generally acts calmer in jungle levels, implies that Shadow likes being in nature. The Sonic series is over 326 timelines thanks to this game. The only path that is canon is the true hero path, thus making the other 325 non-canon or at least canon to their own timelines, with some containing minor differences while others contain major ones. Big the Cat. Every character from Sonic Heroes makes an appearance. The only exception to that is Metal Sonic, who was dead at the time, and Big the Cat. The reasons why Big wasn't included was either due to time or the general public's distaste for him, or just due to Sega and Sonic Team forgetting about him. Wouldn't be the first time. Unused blue and mustache shadows. There's an early screenshot from the Xbox version of the game that shows an early version of the multiplayer that had a blue shadow and a weird yellow shadow with a mustache and a bow tie. For obvious reasons, yellow shadow was changed, but it's still odd that the blue shadow was removed and replaced with a metallic one, with the same fate not happening to the yellow one. The Black Arms are based on the Nazis. The Black Arms share many similarities to the Nazis. They both want to conquer everything, both have black and red color schemes, both believe inferior races should be wiped out, and both have harmful gases that could kill people.
Get the fuck out of here.
Prologue to World Conquest is the actual true evil ending. Prologue to World Conquest is the exact same as the pure evil ending, apart from doing the hero mission in the last level. In this ending, Shadow defeats Black Doom and decides to take over the universe. This is arguably worse than a true evil ending, where the Black Arms just destroy the Earth instead of enslaving it. I'm sure most people would rather die than be enslaved for the rest of their lives. Shadow was made by the Black Arms. Shadow was made using DNA from Black Doom, essentially making him his son, which also explains why he can use the Chaos Emeralds to their full potential. Music has hidden meanings. Several tracks have themes you can guess by how they sound. For example, with the Gunforge's theme, you get an overwhelming feeling of dread, that you committed many sins, and that the Earth is doomed. It's our final minutes and you cost us. Nothing you do matters now. You made your bed, now sleep in it. Another example is with the Circus Park theme. It's upbeat and cheerful, but you have a feeling something isn't right, that there's a dark secret in here, a one you shouldn't probably look for. Shadow the Hedgehog is not an edgy game. This is another video about Lord Denny, explaining how many complaints about Shadowstone are ignored when applied to other games like Jak and Daxter 2 and Ratchet & Clank. It's a great video, I suggest checking it out as well. Shadow the Hedgehog is similar to Revenge of the Sith. Shadow has several similarities to Star Wars Episode 3. An emotionally unstable main character who makes a deal with the devil and kills his friend. A darker tone in a kid-friendly franchise. Eggman's robots being similar to the Droid Army. A flawed masterpiece from 2005 that is very overhated.
Coincidence? I think not!
Shadow is the cause of Maria's death. Maria was killed because she was with Shadow when Gunn raided the Ark. If she had stayed with her grandfather, she would still be alive. Although Shadow wasn't the direct cause, he did still cause her death. Shadow the Hedgehog is right-wing propaganda. There are several references to right-wing ideas in Shadow the Hedgehog. As stated before, the president looks like Ronald Reagan and the black arms are similar to the Nazis. The story could be interpreted as right-wing military going to war with a fascist alien invasion, and a far-right scientist with little or no care for tradition or ethics, with Shadow either staying proud with his nation or being radicalized by either the scientist or the fascist. Lost Maria headshot scene. Allegedly, there was an extended death scene for Maria in the Lost T-rated build, which would possibly showing more of the shot that killed her. Shadow is a god. Think about it. Black Doom is essentially a god, and Shadow is essentially his son. When Shadow killed him, he took his place, essentially becoming a god amongst men. Or furries in this case. Gerald Robotnik was a liar. This is a possibility that Gerald lied to everyone and that Black Doom was right. But in the end, Shadow went against his purpose and saved the universe from the Black Arms anyway. Shadow the Hedgehog was Sonic Adventure free. This is a theory that we're never getting Sonic Adventure free, since Sega already made it with Shadow the Hedgehog. Not only was Shadow a direct sequel to Heroes, it also had many ties back to Sonic Adventure 2. Though for me I consider Sonic 06 to be the real Sonic Adventure free. Shadow loves Cream. This ties back to Shadow loves Amy and the Miracle of Love entries. The object of one of the levels, Cryptic Castle, is finding Cream and her lost child Cheese, with help from Amy. The line Miracle of Love could be implied to Amy, or Cream, considering Cream is a young kid and Shadow is technically over 50.
FBI, open up!
Darth Maul's return was inspired by Shadow the Hedgehog. Both of them are red and black, and both survived their death. Need I say more? Sonic.exe originated from Black Doom. This is a theory that the being possessing Sonic in Sonic.exe is the soul of Black Doom after he was defeated by Super Shadow. His soul possessed a recently deceased Sonic from a different universe, thus creating one of the most infamous creepypastas ever. The alternate timelines are proof Shadow is stuck in purgatory. Shadow may be stuck in some form of purgatory after he sacrificed himself at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, with the current Shadow being a clone or an android duplicate. The real Shadow is stuck having to go through the same levels 326 times till he's finally free. The different endings could also be interpreted as Shadow going either heaven, hell, or limbo. Every Shadow the Hedgehog timeline is personalized. This is not a joke, this is true. The order of timelines will differ for every person. The order of events will occur differently. No two people have the same experience, truly making every copy of this game personalized. Thank you for watching. It was interesting to do this kind of video, even I'm a bit too late. And all I have left to say is, Ata.